You've made it to Chiro Hustle Live. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Chiro Sushi, Barbara Eaton's 56-day chiropractic bootcamp, Moveville University, Pure Chiro Notes, Dr. Alok Trivedi, the Black Diamond Club, Element Mattresses, Legacy Wealth Management, Posture Screen, Vita Chiropractic, the Universal Traction System, MedZone, Vantage Point Marketing, and Imaging Services. Let's hustle. Welcome to another episode of the Chiro Hustle live stream. I have FJ Schofield. He's down in Hotlanta. I'm out here in the Grand Junction of the Grand Valley, the western slope of Colorado. Like I like to say, no one lives out here. That's why I came here. Actually, I came here because I wanted to hear the birds chirp and I was tired of big cities. But we're going to talk Palmer Rugby today. I have a Palmer Rugby shirt on, established 1960. It's pretty badass. This is a gift from Dr. Matt Walker. But we're going to talk about FJ Schofield today. Why Palmer? Why rugby?
Rugby. I love rugby. My dad's obviously Fred Schofield. He's South African. Rugby there is like basketball, football here, soccer in Brazil, hockey in Canada. So we grew up kind of throwing the ball around. We didn't play. There was nowhere to play back then, but we always threw it around, and I knew it seemed to be a Chiro Palmer and play rugby and have some fun, and that's why it's a lot of fun, and it's a good sport for chiropractic because there's always stuff getting knocked around, so there's always people to adjust, and yeah.
That's cool, man. And how young were you when you remember getting adjusted?
Jeez, I was I was young. I remember being 4 or 5 years old, little guy getting checked and getting adjusted. So my whole life, I don't ever remember not being checked and adjusted.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the brotherhood that you've gotten from playing with the guys that you've played with over the years and what that's done for your chiropractic career.
Yeah, it's an amazing. The rugby at Palmer is truly a brotherhood, and you create just phenomenal friendships. I went this February, went to the Cayman Islands with Colin Hardy, who I met, through Palmer Rugby, John Volpe, who I met through Palmer Rugby, and Mike Hogan, who introduced me to you back like in 2007.
He did not play. He did not play Palmer Rugby.
He did not play rugby. He did not play, but we still let other people come too. But yeah, the friendships are amazing, and when you get out there, especially as a small business owner and a chiropractor, you can feel very isolated and can feel very lonely. So it's awesome to have people that you can. What's up, Javi? That you can just bounce ideas off, brainstorm, people to celebrate with when you have great months, and people to kind of help you get over the struggling months, and you need that support and infrastructure. And so rugby has given me a lot of that, a lot of just amazing friends and people that I still talk to, a couple times a year, and some even more. And I'm excited. I'm excited for April to go get together with some of the boys. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I'm going to do an early close in case your connection gets messed up. So April 13th and 14th in Davenport, Iowa, the Fountainhead, there's the Rugby Alumni Symposium. And I am going to put the links into the comment section down here for how to send students to Palmer to play rugby, and all the details on how to come to this amazing event back at the Fountainhead. So that's an early close, but let's go back to you now. I just wanted to make sure if your connection disrupted that we dropped that in there before it stopped.
Good idea.
So we have Namani Delicatabi on here. He is out there. He's going to be finishing up his degree. I know we all started kind of together. You guys were
Manny, my man. I know Manny since 2006. That's my boy, dude. Manny, I love you, dude. He's the greatest guy.
Yeah, man, and he's about to be capped as a chiropractor.
I love it. He's earned it, man. Great guy. He'll do really well.
Yeah, he's actually going to bring Luke and I to Fiji to do some film work with his mission trip over there, and such an honor.
Yeah, right on, man. That's awesome.
So it just shows that, like, the brotherhood, we've all kind of been on this path for like 12 years together. And now I have the logo over that shoulder, which is the Old Boys logo. So that means you're an old boy now.
I know. I forget every now and then. I'm like, geez, I'm almost 40. Like, forget. You just get up, go to work, have some fun, and next thing you know, you're 40.
I know, right? So let's talk a little bit about the rugby symposium, and why does that matter to Palmer?
Well, if you're like me and you're not super smart, you should surround yourself with really smart people, like the speakers at the symposium. People like Dr. D. Harrison and Dr. Kevin and all these just amazingly intelligent people. And you go listen for them for 1 hour and you'll take away so much stuff that you can use and implement into your practice. So surrounding yourself with and it's cool, the symposium, because it brings a lot of different people from a lot of different, I guess, parts of chiropractic. You get some of the philosophical, you get some of the marketing, you get some of the techniques, some business, some coaching, just all kinds of different things. So you can really get a tremendous amount of information. And you get together with friends like Dr. Scotty Castile and his family. I get to catch up with them every time and see how they're doing. And it's a lot of fun. You learn a lot. You surround yourself with a lot of really successful people. And it's just a fabulous weekend. You get to go back to Davenport and really walk the halls that B.J. Palmer walked and Gonstead walked and Grostick walked. And there's something special about that you really can't even put into words until you kind of walk through there and be like, dang, B.J. adjusted someone on that table. So it's just a great weekend. And so if you haven't done it, check it out. It's well worth the investment.
Yeah, I think down the line, I'm going to make a film called Palmerland.
Why not?
and base it on this historical resonance of the chiropractic profession. But let's talk a little bit more strategically. And I know that there's a lot to be learned. I know that there's going to be Brad Glowacki's going to be there dropping knowledge on people. Alan Sokoloff is going to be there dropping knowledge on people. Your dad opens it up. Let's talk a little bit about the fire that your dad brings to the Palmer rugby family.
Yeah, well, I mean, rugby changed his life. He had chronic back pain for like 9 years. His dad was a medical doctor. He tried everything. And they were about to do exploratory surgery. And he was like, well, that doesn't sound like a good idea. So he just gave up, essentially. And then his friend, Roy McCollum, who played rugby at Palmer and won a national championship there, I think in like the late 60s, adjusted him. And this like decade of chronic back pain went away. And
That's
so
amazing.
it's crazy. He's just crazy. And so it changed his life. And he decided, he went to, chiropractic school there, met my mom there in Davenport. And it just completely changed his life. And he's passionate about it. He's excited about it. He loves. I'm sure most of you know him, but if you don't, he's definitely excited about what he does and Palmer rugby and chiropractic and all of it.
So what do you think about Hartenberg? What do you think about this?
I love it. That's my man too. I have all these friends now. It's great. And now we're all old enough. We're like, my classmates are talking now, which is hilarious. So Matt literally, I probably passed at least 4 or 5 classes just because Matt, he's a super, super smart guy. Really nice guy. I've known him too with Manny back in 2006. So I'm excited to hear him speak. I haven't seen him in a little while, and so he's a super intelligent guy, and I'm sure he'll do a great job.
Yeah, homegrown talent. It's like building them up in the farm system and then letting them take the stage, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's see. What do I have down here? We have how can people support Palmer? How can they support? I know that the tenets of this thing is time, talent, and treasure. And yep. How can people support with these 3 tenets?
One, you can just show up at the symposium. You can support it that way. Send people to Palmer and send people to Palmer Rugby. There's a portal. You can put that link up. They can sign up. Palmer will contact them. It's an amazing opportunity to get a great education and to have some fun playing rugby, make amazing friends. And if you're good enough, maybe get a scholarship and save some money. So, everybody wins. So if you're interested, take a look at that. The Athletic Trust, the D.D. Palmer Athletic Trust, I sign up and a lot of my friends, we sign up and we give a little bit, give $2 or $3 adjustments back to Palmer every month just to say thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for really, I mean, I transformed. I went to Palmer as kind of a young punk man ready to go out and be my own boss and help people get well and to do well and take care of my family and the whole thing. And Palmer was a huge part of my growth as a person and an individual to be ready to do that. So I give back just to say thank you for that. So you can do that. You can sign up for the donations. You can show up, send people to Palmer, and that's what we all do.
You've made it to Chiro Hustle Live. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Chiro Sushi, Barbara Eaton's 56-day chiropractic boot camp, Moveville University, Pure Chiro Notes, Dr. Alok Trivedi, the Black Diamond Club, Element Mattresses, Legacy Wealth Management, Posture Screen, Vita Chiropractic, the Universal Traction System, MedZone, Vantage Point Marketing, and Imaging Services. Let's hustle.
And if you're as smart as Hartenberg, you can actually speak there someday.
Yeah, if you're really smart, you can speak there. If you're like me, you can just show up and listen. Either way you win.
Yeah, I think the brotherhood is something that I really appreciate. You know, always being around you guys for the past decade has been something I've learned from all of you. Your dad saw me at New Beginnings recently this past October, and he really got into me. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've dropped 20 pounds since I saw your dad. And, taking leadership from somebody is important. And I think that that's something that all of you guys offer the lineage behind you and in front of you is leadership.
Yeah, well, we all need it. We all need people to pull us up, to help us, to push us. Sometimes to call you, to have those uncomfortable conversations. Hey, you're out of shape. You're 20 pounds overweight. What the hell are you doing?
That's what he did.
Do you want to be? Yeah, I know. And that's why some people like you listen and they change. Other people walk away and say, that guy's such a dick. And either way, but that is what it is. And
he made an impact on me, and now I do my affirmations 3 times a day. I do my meditation. Yeah. I take my Wuji chlorella. I started working out. I train. I committed back there at the training down there in December to get in the best shape of my life. And I'm looking by the time I come back down there in December again to be in the best shape of my life, so I can get on that table and he can push me down. I can touch my toes.
He loves doing that. I don't know why. He loves it. Oh, think about that. How great that is. Now you're going to be in better shape. You're going to have more energy. You're going to be clear-minded. You're going to be able to help more people. You're going to be more productive, more efficient. And you're going to live a longer, healthier life. So instead of 50, 60, and all of a sudden you're starting to get sick and wear down, you're going to keep going strong and be able to just have fun and impact the world and do well for you and your family for decades and decades. So it's amazing how a little moment like that, a little moment can just completely change someone's trajectory.
And that's true. And I think what they call that, FJ, is the chiropractic lifestyle. And,
but there's a lot, it's easy to talk about. It's hard to live day in and day out.
It is, because every morning when that alarm goes off at 5:45 a.m., I'm like, crap, it's time to go get after it again. It's time to make an impact for myself so I can make an impact for others.
Yeah, exactly. That discipline and that daily desire to get out there and do it. And so it's really easy to talk about. It's a whole nother ballgame to consistently do it for months and years and make it a reality.
And let's just close out a little bit talking about Kevin Heron. He does extremity adjusting. And then Roberto Monaco is going to teach you guys how to talk. I don't know if chiropractors know how to officially talk, because I hear that communication is a big thing that you guys need to work on even when you become professionals.
Well, communication is massive. It's chiropractors, it's dentists, it's construction workers. Yeah, if you, I think it's George Bernard Shaw had the quote, the problem with communication is the myth that it happened or something, where, so you may think you're saying something and somebody comes back the next day and like, well, what was that about the bone, or what do you guys do again? So communication is absolutely massive to really impact people. Because like you said, it's it's easy to talk about. It's a whole other ball game to get people really in your office, really committed to correcting and changing their lifestyles and to showing up every week or every month, whatever your technique recommends, and really getting adjusted and making those changes. And communication is really the key to getting down into that emotion with people and motivating them to make a change. So yeah, I don't know a lot about Roberto. I know he was like Tony Robbins' #1 trainer, and he's started his own, and he teaches public speaking and act. And everyone I know that has done his program has said he's phenomenal. Dr. Kevin is, every time I go, I learn something about extremities and fixing knees and shoulders. And I tell people all the time, imagine every patient that comes in your office with a knee problem. Maybe it happens one a month, and you fix that. That person will tell 10 people about you. So now, there we go. My dad's there. Hey, Dad, what's up? So, just that little thing. You show up at the weekend, you learn one thing, then you go people, then they refer people into you, and now you're helping more people, you're making more money, you're creating more success for you and your family. So everybody wins. So yeah, there's a lineup of people all across the board with all kinds of different specialties. And one of my favorite quotes I just heard on a podcast is, billionaires don't ask how, they ask who. So I think one of the biggest mistakes we make as small business owners is we try to do everything, and we try to, rather than focusing on your strengths, go and learning from the best of the best. Like, who knows extremities the best? Well, Dr. Kevin. All right, I'm going to go learn from him. Who knows how to put a curve in his spine the best? Dr. D. Okay, I'm going to go learn from him. Exactly. Who knows how to communicate? Who knows this? Who knows that? And so you go learn from those people instead of you trying to figure everything out. You say, who knows this? Who does this? And let me go learn for them.
I picked up on that a long time ago from Scotty Castile. He's like, from the piece I did for recruiting like 10 years ago, like, if you don't know something, find somebody that's the best at, learn from them, or have them do it for you.
Exactly. So you learn from people, and then you get people to outsource to and delegate. So eventually, it takes time to create that, but eventually I'm pretty much now, it's taken me 7 years to get here, but now I get to spend pretty much all my day doing what I love to do, adjusting people, communicating, creating content, doing that stuff. And I hire people and I delegate to people to do the other stuff. I like to create. I don't like to edit. So I have people do that for me. I like to adjust. I don't like to do this and do that. And so I have people do all that other stuff for me. And it takes time to create that. But that's really the goal. You double down on your strengths. You learn from the best of the best. And then you just more and more focus on where your talent lies. Then you have more fun, and you help more people, and you get to, create wealth and success, and it's a lot of fun.
Higher collections gives you the opportunity to tie back to the people that got you to where you're at.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, making money is a very positive thing. It's when people will do anything to make $1, then it's not. But when you're willing to really give legitimate value, when you give tremendous value, so say it's chiropractic, you give an amazing adjustment, you fix that person's neck, their pain goes away, they pay you fairly, and you do that to a whole bunch of people, you create a lot of money. And now you can do that to donate to Palmer, you can do whatever you want with it, but you can do so much good when you have that wealth. It creates so much positive leverage, and we need more successful chiropractors. If we had 10,000 chiropractors that could all come donate to Palmer, it would just be fabulous.
And that's going back to the original tenets of this whole talk is time, talent, and treasure. And when you give a better adjustment, it provides more time for you. When you get more value given to yourself and others, you build more treasure, and then you have the ability to follow the last path, and that's to give your talent to everybody around you. And whether that's your family, whether that's your friends, whether that's your practice, whether that's your spouse or kids, like there's so much involved with when you become successful and you learn how to manage yourself. Then you can learn how to have a better quality of life long term. And I think that's really all the conversations I had with any of these Palmer rugby guys, and anything that I've talked to any of the guys so far, and the people I will talk to about what does quality of life look like because of Palmer being a part of your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, at that, I'm glad that you stuck with me and didn't. I'm glad that the connection didn't fall apart on us, and you were able to stick with me through the full interview. Is there anything that you'd like to share with our audience today that I didn't ask you?
No, it was a great interview. It was good to see you, Chester. Thanks for having me. Guys, support Chester. He's doing a lot of great work, and you're a perfect example of someone that just took their interest and turned it into, created skills, and now you're using that skill to create value for people, and that's the ultimate. So you're doing a great job, and then hopefully we'll see some people at the symposium. It's a wonderful event. A lot of Dr. Walker, Matt, my man, I've known him forever too. He's done a great job getting a ton of really, really talented, skilled speakers in a variety of different professions and specialties. So it's going to be a really great lineup. So be there.
Yeah, Matt Walker definitely works his tail off for the future of chiropractic and for Palmer. And he taught me everything I needed to know about chiropractic, and that's why I am a megaphone for the profession. And FJ, thank you for the support. And I'm just going to leave everybody with that today. Have a blessed rest of your day and rock your training on the weekend, Doc.
Will do, Chester. Good to see you, my man. We'll talk to you later.
Have fun in Atlanta.
Will do. See you, bud.
Thank you for listening to Chiro Hustle Live. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week to continue hustling.